Royalties of peace stilling the storm, back to peace that has no storm, looking on to perfect peace. How are we all doing today? Today is a beautiful day, the day of love. The day of love. Oh my, the day of love. Finally, it is Valentine's Day. It is Valentine's Day, the day of love. What is Valentine's to us? It is like a journey until the destination. If today is the destination of Valentine's Day, if today is the destination of Love Day, have we been traveling? Have we been traveling? Have we been on our way to this destination today? Have we made it in reality, or are we still daydreaming? Are we still at the initial step of reaching this destination, or are we there yet? Are we there yet? What is this love day to you? Should matter. If it is of the initial step, you should be making yourself an awareness seeking wellness of reaching the destination of expected. If you're already at the destination of love, you should be encouraging those still left behind to advance to perfect. Yes, we seek perfect peace by peace stilling the storm, back to peace that has no storm, looking on to perfect peace. Royalties of peace stilling the storm, back to peace that has no storm, looking on to perfect peace. Today is February 14th of 2024. My, it is not just February 14th of 2024, but a leap year Valentine's Day. A leap year Valentine's Day. Am I pleading we leap for joy? Leap for joy wherever you are. What is Valentine's Day to you? We understand that Valentine is a name of one of our Christian brothers who traveled this road of humanity, and where he was not only a Christian, but a human, a brother, blood, a blood, a human. When we understand his traveling of being, I did get to Google to search a little bit about him on Wikipedia. St. Valentine's story. You can call him Love Valentine. You must not call him a saint. A saint is a holy one that has advanced. Some not called saints doesn't mean they're not saints, just like royalty. We all are royalty. We have kings, but doesn't mean we're not kings. If you're not sitting on a throne somewhere, if you're not in a palace somewhere, you are the palace and your mind the king. It's time for us to look at the sun and know what is reflecting of us. When you look at those on the thrones, they are like the sun, and the sun reminds you to smile when you frown. Look at what you have of a treasure to recover the treasure that you are. Yes, when we hear of saints, of those ascended, those that are of battlefield free, understanding ice can become geisha state. Perfect. Ice can become the battlefield free geisha state, where there is no friction, no affliction, no complication, no battling, but fullness of knowledge, greater enlightenment will our Hindu and Asian religion express of this great love of perfection. There are many websites, but according to Wikipedia, enmwikipedia.org, St. Valentine was a clergyman, either a priest or a bishop. Well, that was his own mission on earth, his own means of traveling the road. You could name, we all have different names in the houses, but we are all after one purpose. My name is Marist. My siblings name Betty, Reke, Seke. Our family, we have a family name, Moma, but we are all different. We are all individuals in that family. You have Papa John, you have Papa Isaac, you have Mama Margaret, you have Mama Christina. We all are all individuals with this significant, distinct mark on us. Yet we are all after one purpose. We have and Mama Evelyn. This is a royal home. But if you're not from the royal home, doesn't mean that you're not royal. It's not about a dispute, nor even the need to fight, but to understand that if some are able to call themselves royal in this complicated state, is to remind us that we are not meant to be here, but must we cultivate the royalty of being and seek advancing. It's not to keep royalty in a complicated state, but rather like the sun that shines, reminds us that we are light. It's not only giving us light to be comfortable and stay in the complication, but rather the light awakening of us. We are light. We are love. We are love. The rays of the sun that gives us comfort on our body, the warmth, the snow, the whiteness of the snow, the beauty of our very existence. Doesn't mean that what we despise of being decayed is not giving us glory, but rather an awareness of a weakness should seek wellness. When the awareness of a weakness is also wellness, it should be seeking wellness and not a complicated grief. Love. Must I remind us, hate is part of love. Hate, lust. Express them of every word that you have. Its name does not mean that it is meant to stay in a complicated state. Being named a human does not mean I was meant to be a human forever. It's only a title given to me while I'm fulfilling my purpose of being perfect peace. Animals, humans, all creatures of their existence, stones, stars, air, wind, storm, water, however we call ourselves in this complicated state, we are on a journey. We are on a journey to perfect peace, to fullness of glory. Fullness of glory. Must we remind ourselves who we are of this journey, like terminals of the airport. Your terminal should exit you with joy and happiness. Terminal A, Terminal B, Terminal C, I was telling my daughter today, you should exit you out of expected. C was not meant to be the last one to leave the airport. A was not meant to be the first one to leave the airport. But we all can exit all terminals at the same time of perfect peace. Being a child or an adult does not mean you don't have integrity. Being a senior does not mean that a child cannot have fullness of integrity until you're a senior. You can have it, you come in with integrity of 100%. Must you live with the integrity of 100%? Is what we are understanding of today. Being a child does not mean that you're meant to be. Childishness does not mean a complicated state of being. When a child comes in disrupted, it is because we are disrupted. It's not the child that is disrupted. We bring a child into a complicated state, expecting the child not to cry. How is that possible? A reminder that an alarm is to help us to recover, not to rebuke or reject us or blame us, but rather an awareness of weakness seeking wellness. A blame should have a solution, not condemnation. Yes, it is very important for us to rely on reality. Our reality is perfect peace. Happy Valentine's Day to us all. I hope this is giving us the vibe of the reason of the season. Valentine's Day. It's Christmas. I tell you, it's even more Christmas than we can even call a Christmas. When it's all about love. How can you even have Christmas without understanding love? This Valentine's Day prepares us for the Christmas of this year. If you understand why we have Valentine's Day before Christmas, you understand the need to adjust yourself of expected before Christmas. This is like the seed of Christmas. Without love, you can have a celebration. You can have the honeymoon. You can see from the circle at the background. The circle in the background is the full moon, the full sun. The moon has reached its fullness of glory, the sun. It is written on it love, love. Gold represents love. Crystals represents love. Love is fullness of glory. Gold represents fullness of glory. Crystals represent fullness of glory. Yes. St. Valentine's, Wikipedia tells us St. Valentine's, in Latin, San Valentino, was a 3rd century Roman saint. This is European, acknowledging a journey to perfect peace. He's of a Western Christianity, the European, the Western world. Says on February 14, he was commemorated a saint. And in Eastern Orthodox, on July 6, he was commemorated a saint. Different days, but the same purpose. Whatever happened in 16024, today is 2024. Should be all about perfect peace, the same purpose, the same saint, the same reason. Saint meaning holy, holy meaning fullness of glory. The same sun shining on us is the same sun of the origin, of beginning, has never changed. You may say the moon changes, but the moon is only a reflection of the sun. The moon never changes. But a reminder, wherever the initial step is, must reach its destination perfect. Must reach its destination perfect. I did understand that this saint, he's very known of marrying soldiers to prevent them from going to war. He will marry out soldiers unto wives so they do not go to war. What was he trying to express? Yes, war is complicated, and even what we call matrimonial relationship is very complicated, all leading to divisions. When we war, we divide. When we multiply, we divide. We are so blinded in the matrimonial relationship until at the end, we begin to realize of how many we have become. When you're happy of your weakness, it does not mean you keep it that way. That's the contradiction in matrimonial relationship. We think our diagnosis is a good thing, and then we keep it like treasure. But the way we keep it is complicated, a complicated treasure. It's like having your food and then you're not eating it. You just look at it. You don't want to eat it because you're going to lose it if you eat it. You want you want to just keep looking at it, but you're hungry. It is meant to eat it, not to keep it, like you keep a piece of jewelry. Food is not jewelry. Matrimonial relationship is like food. You have to eat. You can't just keep it like that. You have to eat it for it to fulfill its purpose. The jewelry is the satisfaction of reaching the completion of why you eating the food. The satisfaction is correcting the problem. To realize that division, the more we get married, the more we divide. And our child wants to leave and find their own. And we say it's okay. And before we know it, it's a generation of, I don't know you. Ancestors are not known. And we think it's okay. You may say, oh, my ancestor is speaking to me. Are you even sure it is your ancestor or someone playing around with you? And then to get to a place of disliking them and saying my ancestors are bad. My village people are bad people. How we connect is spiritually. What is spirituality? Our reality. So what is this physical divisions? instead of seeking the spirituality. Spirituality meaning gaseous state perfect, meaning gaseous state where there is no friction. We understand particles in solid are conflicting each other. They keep colliding. When it's liquid, it collides lesser, but there's still collision until it becomes of the gaseous state, not just gaseous state, but gaseous state battlefield free. We seek. St. Valentine's activities of his time, presenting to us today love. When we say he was marrying people unto others, that was love. He was giving us love. But the love was not perfect. Doesn't mean he was a bad saint. Yet, marrying is better than destroying people because you're only able to destroy people because of marriage. When you marry and it becomes complicated, you make people, you make enemies who come to fight each other. Marriage is beautiful. Marrying them to women was not encouraging having children because these same children are those who still go for war. When we understand his strategy of work, we begin to realize we are the ones to awaken from our weaknesses. Giving you water to drink, if you put dust in it, you have a grumbling belly. Drink your water healthily. If you are given water and earth, you will not eat the earth, but rather plant in the earth and drink the water and water the earth, the seed planted to grow. If you do not know that, you will eat the earth instead of planting the seed. It is time for us to recover from decoding complicatedly of what messages have been given to us of ancestors, of history. How we would decode, interpret, and code it back will make them understand where we are of this journey. Turning lessons into blessings. Rice and sand cannot go together into the body. Given rice, water, and sand, it's not for you to take the rice and sand and mix it up together and eat it and then drink the water. It is rather to plant the rice in the sand and be patient for the rice to grow. And while you're drinking water and watering the plants, before you know it, the plant is all set for you to eat and then drink the water. What you can do with the ground is not to put it in your belly. It's time for us to really understand where we have fallen short of all that is given to us. We should be able to distinguish between what works with what and what goes where. Understanding the little piece of St. Valentine's story related to this day called St. Valentine's, the day of love, it's all about reflecting on how we walk with love. What is matrimonial relationship? What is romance? He comes from Rome. What is romance? When you go to Rome, do what the Romans do. What does it mean? Being king, what does it mean? When you go to the royal home, do what the royals do. What does it mean? What does it mean to walk like the royals? You have to understand they also have the question paper and the answer key. You should be able to know the difference between the question and the answer key. Do not take the answer and leave the question unanswered. Do not answer a question with a question, but let the question have an answer. If a question is an answer to a question, make sure there is an answer back in the question. You don't just give just the question. You give the question and the answer for the question that is asked. If someone asks you, do you sleep? And you ask them, are you human? Humans do sleep. How you speak matters. If someone should ask you, do you sleep? And you ask them, are you human? Humans do sleep. Gives them a complete response. If you say, yes, I sleep, an answer is not enough. A question and answer to some questions are very, very important. Such that when your question needs a question, it should follow with an answer. An answer must back up that question. If you're answering a question with a question, you must back it with the answer of the question that you're answering the question with. That is how we have to be able to travel this road. Yes, I hope this is helping us to understand St. Valentine's Day, giving us romance and filial love. Also be able to understand what is expected to work with of romance, making it mutual, making it filial. Which one is the water? Which one is the ground? Which one do you feed on? Which one do you walk on? You don't walk on water, you drink water. You don't walk on water, you drink water. You don't eat ground, you walk on ground. Matrimonial love and filial love. When we are friends, what kind of friendship are we building? Don't worry about such love. Do not worry about agape love. Worry only about philia and romance. Put the two together and solve it. Which one is 9? Which one is 6? Which is the 6 that has to become 9? Which is the 6 that has to become 9? So you do not invert 9 to 6. It's time for us to work on a love. So hate and lust can be found. Rejecting lust and hate has really been a wake-up call. It's time for us to solve our romance of expected. So hate and lust can be found. We talked about Orisha Oshun and Orisha Obatala last Wednesday. Fulfilling today the Western world and African spirituality solves our puzzle of being black and white. African, we all are. We all are those with shades. We all are those in the complicated state. When Africa is the heart of the complicated state, that reminds us all in the complicated state, the sun we look up to is Africa to recover from complications. Africa, the royalty. Africa, the royal home. You must be able to look at it accordingly of what is philia and what is romance. Romance needs to reverse to philia, mutual love. Why do we keep losing love when we are in romance? Because romance is philia love, the feeling, sensational feeling. I have this little poem for us, an African poet. But this poem, her name Beth Restrick. Body is the glory. Black is beautiful. Black is the sun, the gold. The golden sun is black. It says, you speak your love of Africa. Each phrase creates a scene. You speak your love of Africa, forming pictures in my dreams. You speak your love of Africa, awakening memories from the past. You speak your love of Africa, someone understands at last. You speak your love of Africa, a lament from far away. You speak your love of Africa. We all hope to return someday. My, very, very motivational. Inspire yourself with this beautiful poem. Our origin, the seed, is the sun, fullness of glory, Africa. The title of this poem is I Have Left My Heart in Africa. Doesn't mean you've left your heart in Africa. It only means your love is Africa. If you understand what this title means. Hopefully, it's the title. I have left my heart in Africa, meaning my love is Africa. Amazing how Africans speak in riddles. My brother was saying Africans are very good speakers. They speak in riddles. Most of whatever they want to say it in riddles. And he said, when a friend is full of the stomach, when the friend has eaten and is too full, what he says is not that I'm satisfied or I'm too full. He says my waistband is suffering. And I laughed out my lungs. And then he said when his father finds them in trouble and excuses them, he says, "You're lucky today is your Christmas. Next time it will be your Halloween." And I laughed out. I'm like, Africans, we are so good. Like, when you are still stuck with the African past, the parables are so amazing. The way we speak is so amazing. It's very interesting. This is Black African Month, people. It's just time for us to laugh out our lungs of the love that has raised us today. That today we begin to understand our lessons and blessings. Must we be recovering? Must we be recovering? No one left behind. No one left behind. I plead, no one left behind. Even the least of us today is not least, but the greatest of us above. I tell you the truth. We must treat them with divinity. Be vigilant. They are very delicate. The little young ones we have, the young ones we have today are not little. They are our divinity. Treat them with respect. I tell you the truth. The gods in our hands right now, we have to really be careful how we treat them. Whatever mistake we've ever made in our past, we should be able to amend ourselves with these ones that we have now, called the Alpha generation. I hope this love story of today, of this love communication of today, edify us so that we are able to work accordingly, traveling this road from complicated state to uncomplicated. When the complicated state is the pondering state, you close your eyes and think. You close your eyes and meditate on yourself. The darkness is a place of meditation to reach light. The initial step starts in the place of darkness. Darkness is only a pondering state, the place of calm. When you are agitated, you calm yourself. The place of love, the holy place of love, divinity. We must be able to get ourselves together. I hope this beautiful poem enlightens us of all shades that we are, a black existence, a pondering state of our being. All terminals must exit with perfect peace, our origin, and perfect destination we must reach. Happy, happy Valentine's Day. Happy Love Day. We all are one. Perfect peace. Battlefield free. Peace stills the storm. Back to peace that has no storm. Looking onto perfect peace. Perfect peace. Thank you all for watching. Thank you.